So, in the last episode, we talked about how to fit 30 minutes of exercise into your busy life and schedule. And in this episode, which is part 9 of the How to Lose Weight in 90 Days and Keep It Off series, we're going to talk about how to lose weight without exercising at all. Let's go. Welcome to the Overweighted Podcast, where we get real about the struggles of being obese and needing to lose a whole lot of weight. My name's Malaika. I'm your host, weight loss mentor and coach. Join me on my personal weight loss journey to lose about 200 pounds, and as I share my very real experiences, plus some simple, successful, and sustainable weight loss tips and mindset shifts so that we can mark lose weight off of our to-do list for good. Okay, so in this episode, I want to talk about how to lose weight without exercise as part 9 of our How to Lose Weight in 90 Days series. Before I get into it though, I actually want to invite you to my fitness challenge that I have coming up. It's a 7-day challenge. We're going to be doing 30 minutes of movement each day. It's going to be really fun. There will be prizes and giveaways as well. You can go to malaikaburley.com/7-day challenge, and that's the digit 7-day challenge all together is one word. And of course, the link for that will be in the show notes as well. But come join us. You'll also get access to Transformation Tribe, and it'll be a really fun challenge for you. So let's talk about how to actually lose weight without exercising. As a group fitness instructor, I do want to tell you that there are so many benefits to exercising that have absolutely nothing to do with weight loss. And so it's really important at some point in your journey to start moving your body more. And it can be simple ways of moving your body. It doesn't have to be any like hardcore fitness exercise that you're doing, but just really focus on moving your body more. And I get it when you have a significant amount of weight to lose in the beginning of your journey and you may be obese like myself, and it can be hard to move, or you may not be able to move as well. And there's just some challenges there with that. But if you go back to episode 6 of the podcast, I did kind of give you some ideas on ways to move your body more and some things that I did when I was over 300 pounds that will help you get into some more movement. So I've lost over 75 pounds before without actually exercising. And this particular time in my weight loss journey, I did start exercising a little bit sooner, but that was because I got my group fitness instructor certification and I wanted to have a fun way to move my body and something fun for me to share with others. So I did start exercising a little bit sooner in my weight loss journey now than I have previously, but you can lose the weight without exercising, especially if you have a significant amount of weight to lose. So the main thing is that you are going to focus on your nutrition. And you've probably heard it before that nutrition is going to have like the biggest impact on your weight loss. So if you really just do not want to exercise and you want to lose the weight, then you're going to like really hone in on your nutrition and making the changes that you need to make so that you can lose weight. So let's talk about how to lose this weight without actually moving our bodies more. So what you're going to want to do is really focus on calories in versus calories out. And that does not mean that you have to actually track calories, but mainly weight loss is going to come from you burning more energy or using up more calories than what you're taking in. So if you go to episode 13 of the podcast, I talk about how much and what to eat. And in that episode, I tell you how to figure out the amount of calories that you would need on a daily basis. And then if you don't want to track calories, I also give you a couple other methods that you can use. But like I said, it's basically going to come down to you burning more energy than what you're taking in. And calories is the measure of energy in particular food items. So you're going to want to be using up more calories than what's actually coming in so that you can lose the weight. But these are just some little hacks that are going to help you eat less so that way you have less calories coming in. So the first thing, and I mentioned this before, is use smaller plates. if you use smaller plates, by default, you will probably eat less, because what tends to happen is that we eat whatever we're served. So if you have a bigger plate and your plate is full of food, you're going to eat that plate full of food. If you have a smaller plate and it's still full of food, you're going to eat that plate full of food. So by default, by having that smaller plate, you're going to eat less. So use smaller plates and smaller bowls when you're making your meals, and you should be eating less just because of the fact that you have a smaller dish. All right, so that's hack number one. The second thing is to just measure out a little bit less than what you would normally eat. So as an example, I normally will have 1 cup of brown rice whenever I'm making my rice. So what I will do sometimes when I want to cut back a little bit on the calories of the rice, maybe I have other things that I want to eat that day, or I may have had a meal that was a little bit higher in calories. So what I would do, instead of having the 1 cup of rice, I may have a 3/4 cup of rice or 2/3 cup of the brown rice. And it's just a little bit less. And honestly, I don't even notice that I have less than the 1 cup of rice. Now, if I have a 1/2 cup of rice, I am going to notice the difference there, because that's cutting it in half. But just going down to the 3/4 cup, or like I said, even the 2/3, I really don't notice the difference from the 1 cup. So just measure out a little bit less of what you would normally eat, and that's going to be a little hack to help you eat a little bit less and cut those calories. And another way to shave off some calories is just drink more water. Just drinking more water, you're going to take up space in your belly. And a lot of times I notice as I'm drinking water, I'm just not as hungry because I feel fuller. And also with drinking more water, it helps me to cut back on some of the other drinks I would have. So you could drink more water instead of maybe drinking coffee or juices or sodas. And that's going to cut out the calories from those drinks. So drink more water, 1, because it's just going to help you feel fuller, and 2, because it's going to help you not drink your calories. And so you're going to have less calories throughout the day. The other things pretty similar to that is just eating more veggies. So eating the veggies, they take up the space in your belly, and it's just a nice way to feel full for less calories. And so eating more veggies, maybe having them for snacks, or maybe piling on the veggies with some of your meals, that's going to help you feel full for less calories. And so that's going to help you shave off some of those calories so that it can help you with losing the weight without exercising. Another thing that you can do to help you have less calories coming in is just eating more mindfully. A lot of times we are just really distracted by things while we're eating, and so we tend to eat more than we actually need because of the distractions. So one thing that you can do is turn off the distractions while you're eating. So whether it's the TV or the computer, and really focus on what you're eating and how you're feeling. So you'll actually be paying more attention to your body and noticing when you're full. The other thing that you can do with eating more mindfully is putting your fork down in between bites. So you can take a bite of food, put your fork down. If you want, you could even take a sip of water at that time, and then chew your food, swallow, pick the fork back up again, and take another bite. And of course, that's going to slow you down while you're eating, and it's just going to give your body more time to send those cues to your brain to let you know that you're full. So that way you'll stop eating before you end up getting to the point that you're overstuffing yourself. So that's going to help you to have less calories in, because you're eating more mindfully, paying attention to what you're eating, and also paying attention to the signals that your body's giving you. And another hack that I learned a long time ago with eating, and this really is just for if you have those times where you have cravings and you know, like, you don't really need that thing that you're craving, or you just really don't want to have it, or or if you have it, maybe it's going to make you go over your calories for the day. If you chew some minty gum, or maybe have a mint, then a lot of times what will happen, it will help to take that craving away. Or if you still have the craving, you don't necessarily want to eat that sweet or that thing because it's really going to collide with the flavor of the mint. So chewing gum actually used to help me a lot when I would want desserts, and a lot of times I would just want the dessert out of habit. And you know me, I'm not going to tell you to never have desserts or never have snacks or anything like that, but this is just a little hack that you can use if you know, like, you really just don't want it, you're just wanting to eat it out of habit. Then try chewing some gum or having a mint, or go brush your teeth. That's another thing that will help too, because it gets that minty flavor in your mouth, and usually it'll help take away the craving. Or if you still have the craving, then eating that sweet with that mint flavor in your mouth usually is disgusting, and so you won't want to have it. And the last little hack I have to help you kind of shave off some calories and just have less calories coming in is just don't have the cheese on stuff. And I am not talking about something like pizza, where having the cheese is really a significant part of the pizza. I mean, mainly for sandwiches, salads, things like that, where the cheese is really just extra. So if you have like a burger, or if you're having some type of sub sandwich, or like I said, a salad, if you just leave the cheese off, a lot of times you won't even notice that the cheese is missing, because there's so many other things either on the sandwich or so many ingredients in the salad, so you won't even notice the cheese is missing. So really consider just not having the cheese on stuff. It's just extra calories. And like I said, especially when you have other toppings or other things in that particular meal, then a lot of times you won't even notice the cheese in the first place. So just don't have the cheese. That's going to help you cut back on some calories. So that was just a few little hacks to kind of help you eat less. Like I said, really just focus on calories in versus calories out. That's how you're going to be able to get the weight off without exercising, because focusing on nutrition is really going to be the key thing to help you lose the weight. All right, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you got any value out of this, or something just really resonated with you, can you do me a favor and leave a review? It helps others find the show so that it could help them too. Also, I'd love to connect with you on other platforms. I'm Malaika Burley on IG and YouTube. And go grab my free webinar, The 5 Keys to Simple, Successful, and Sustainable Weight Loss at malaikaburley.com. And of course, all of those links are in the show notes. Thanks again, and have a blessed day.